I will now show you how to use your Nook color in meeting our 3 objectives. The first one is learn and integrate new vocabulary words. Unless vocabulary words are specifically taught and tested, students' interest in expanding vocabulary tends to be unimportant. We all know that our students do not look up words using the hard copy of a dictionary. I've watched my own daughter look up words on the computer, although the hard copy of the dictionary is beside her. She said that it is faster, and you do not have to know how to spell the words exactly when compared to hard copy dictionary, where if you don't know how to spell the word, it can take quite a bit of time to find it. Teachers, there are ways that you could begin to win this word war using your Nook color. Let's start from the home screen. I would choose one of my books. You would choose whatever book that you have assigned to your class to read. And for the remainder of this training, we will remain within our book. Tap your book. You will now be on either the title or first pages of your book. If you are on the title, turn a few pages until you've reached chapter 1. Press down on any word on the page, and a menu should pop up with 5 choices. They are highlight notes, share, look up, and find. Press look up, and the definition of the word appears almost instantaneously. If you want to look up another word, there's an edit search bar in which you can type another word if you want. This tool is helpful because sometimes definition of words have in them words that our students are unfamiliar with. There is also a Wikipedia, and a Google tool that can offer elaboration on the word. When you are done, touch the X located on the upper right-hand side of the lookup screen, and you will be returned to your original location. After your students have defined their words, they can highlight them with a choice of colors by touching the highlight command, located within the same pop-up menu used when defining words. After you have highlighted the defined word, you can choose to add notes about the word for future reference. It is because this tool or approach can be self-directed that there is the increased possibility that your students will be more engaged using this tool. As they learn the definition of words in their assigned reading, students' comprehension should improve. As a teacher, you can either give your students a list of words to define or require them to list words that were initially unfamiliar to them. Have them highlight all defined words or just show them how to use this important tool. It is up to you. Whatever you decide, this tool can save you valuable classroom instruction time by completely eliminating using hard copy dictionaries to define words. I just want to share some fairly recent and interesting research with you before we go on. In a 2-semester case study done by Joan Wines and Julius Bianchi at California Lutheran University entitled Teaching and Learning with E-Readers, a case study at CLU, and published on September the 22nd, 2010. The findings were that some students using the Kindle e-reader said that they read more closely and were more engaged in the text because they liked the isolated page experience. Students noted that seeing only one page of an assigned text at a time eliminated a bundle of little distractions. Distractions they had not realized were part of their previous reading experiences. As teachers, we see it every day how easily our students can be drawn off task with environmental distractions. But how many of us have considered that too much text on a page could be a barrier to learning. Using e-readers also takes away the vision of a thick or a big book or one with many small words, especially for those students who are easily overwhelmed, which can deter students from reading. I just thought that I would share this with you. It may help in some way and encourage our teachers to really try and get the most out of their e-readers. Using the notes menu to add notes such as summaries of reading thus far, observations, character names, and pertinent information allows students to use e-readers to combine their texting and gaming skills with solid pedagogy to improve their reading, making the experience much more reflective and insightful and thus more enjoyable. Teachers, if you create a class page on Facebook or Twitter, the share tool will allow your students to post their reading status to post their reading status or tweet about their reading. You can also post discussion questions. I will show you how, but you must be connected to Wi-Fi. Go to your book, any place within the book, and touch the bottom of the screen. And the blue reading menu should pop up along the bottom of that screen. Yes, that's it. Tap Share. The choices are recommend, post reading status, rate, and review, or like on Facebook. Tap Post Reading Status. As you can see, the Nook color has automatically registered your reading completion status, and with a tap, it can be posted on either your class's Facebook or Twitter page. Since most of our students have cellular phones and their favorite mode of communication seems to be texting and spending time on social sites, why not use their practices outside of class, inside of class, to create a different type of collaborative learning environment, one that is portable and familiar, by having them text from their phones or their Nook color thoughts, ideas, comments, like to Facebook, and answers to your questions. Be creative and try out different formats and ideas. There are no hard and fast rules, but you may face issues with some schools blocking social sites. Our last training objective is develop the ability to write original, thesis-driven, well-structured academic essays. Once you have trained your students how to apply the e-reader functions, they can work interactively on their own. Once they can work on their own, it will be easier for them to develop and write original, thesis-driven, well-structured academic essays. Now, back to the reading menu and tap Content. The Content tab lists chapters and any other information that would be on the front cover, first few pages, and the back cover of a hard copy of the book. This menu allows for quick navigation to your chapters of choice. The Notes and Highlights, which I think is arguably the most important tab for writing development, is within this tab that students will see everything that they have highlighted. Their notes, which will include summaries, thoughts, ideas, and their pages. If you tap on any of your notes or highlights, you will be taken to that page in the reading. It also lists dates and times that information was last edited, which could be used for benchmarking students' progress. Now, let's look at the bookmark. The bookmark tab is let's look at the bookmark. Do you have it? Okay. The icon is located on the upper right-hand side of the screen. The icon is saying that you may want to bookmark this page if you are planning on conducting a search that could take you away from this page. If you tap it, it will become longer and a darker hue of blue. The bookmark is available within the Content tab of the Reading Tools menu also. If you tap it, it will take you to the actual page. There you go. As an instructor, this tool will help students develop note-taking skills, and those notes can be used later to develop and support academic papers, including bibliographies. Instructively, teachers can model the use of this tool by having students save or bookmark a page or passage that summarizes a point of view or answers a question that the reader should or may have. After you have modeled bookmarking, have students use the tool to answer questions that you have posted about the reading with their answers supported using bookmarking or highlighted text. As your students develop their note-taking skills, bibliographic skills, support, and summarizing skills, writing should become much easier for them. Remember to include your students in the instruction. They may know more about the Nook color than you do, or be able to navigate it much easier than you can, because after all, you are beginning to teach using a format that is second nature to them, and they will embrace it. And now all that is left is for you doing the same. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. Good luck and have fun with your students using Nook color.